Well, hello there, folks. What I'm doing today is I'm going to the clay store, and we are going to make a really big pot. The biggest pot I've made in this kiln, the biggest pot I've made ever. It'll be maybe 2 feet high and 20 inches wide. But that's going to take a lot of clay. I don't have a lot of money, so Grandma always said there's one place you can go when you're poor and broke, and that's to work. So let's go to work and get some clay. Come on. Alright, we're back from the clay store, and now we're going to add to this water. This is just water that I use to wash my hands with. Okay, so now I have got all the clay, or most of it anyway, out of that raw clay, and I've filled up all these buckets with the slip. I've also mixed into, well, these buckets anyway, all of the recycled clay, which also has 4 mile in it because I've been through them with 4 miles. So anyway, there's the 4 mile clay, and we're going to be making probably about 2 buckets of these into our big pot. Alright, it's now the next day, 24 hours later, and there's a thin layer of water on the surface, so we're going to go ahead and take that out with this car washing sponge. Okay, so it's the next day. We've skimmed off the water and we've put in dry clay. And this is one of the most satisfying parts, is you get to watch it and hear it soak in the water from the slip. You hear it? It's now the following morning. All that dry clay is absorbed into the water, into the slip, and there's a new layer of water on the surface. So we're going to pull that layer off just to get this as dry as possible. This one has almost no water at all on it, so it's completely dissolved. And then this one over here has a lot of water. So throwing with a large ball of clay is a lot like throwing with a smaller ball of clay, but instead of pushing down with your pointer finger, you're pushing down with two hands and your shoulders, you know, supporting that. Instead of pushing out, you know, with just a finger, you're using your whole hand, and then you're using, you know, your knuckle, or you're using your whole hand on the outside. So just kind of multiplying the forces. But other than that, you're throwing up a funnel the first time, and then you're doing kind of a practice pull, getting it sort of in the shape it's going to be. And, you know, there might be a couple extra pulls on a larger piece, but you don't want to overwork it. If you put too many pulls into it, you wet it too many times, it'll get soggy and it'll just flop. Always have this big rib on hand when doing the big pieces, because it really helps even out that shape. I can make it super rounded. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of shaping it out. I got a rib on the inside, rib on the outside, and that makes it so it doesn't make the clay any wetter. You're just going to help me line it up. This I'm probably gonna speed up.
We're gonna keep it low key, keep it softly spoken, with no strings tying you to me. I'm happy in your company with no emotion, 'cause my love deserves to be free. I never wanna look at a house in the garden, I never wanna lock you down. I know you're not mine, it's just my turn, but we can still have fun for now. Told me you don't really do commitment, trust me. Consider your message received. When you said you couldn't take us too seriously, I must admit I was relieved, 'cause I never wanted.
Bye.